So the real speaking up and speaking out against these things for me happened only after 9/11 2001, and I had graduated from university in the Netherlands. I had actually lived in the Netherlands for a little over 10 years, and I had learned the vocabulary of speaking out, and I had developed some confidence that what I had to say as an individual mattered. So that was the speaking out bit. But before the speaking out was the rebellion. It was me running away. It was my father deciding, this is the man you're going to marry. And after that decision, sending me off to join him in Canada, and me constantly thinking about also, I'm going to live like my mother. I'm going to lead the life of my mother. And not just my mother, but all these other women whose suffering I saw, up close and personal. And that, could there be a different way? Just that question popping into my head, and me thinking, yes, I could, I could run away. And I ran away. And that, I think, was the fast. It's you don't speak up fast. First you leave and you find a place of safety. And it's only after that experience, and in the years that I was in the Netherlands, before I even spoke up, or it occurred to me to speak up about anything. By the way, I thought my life in Holland was so idyllic, there was nothing to speak up about. Yeah. But I was a translator, interpreter. So I was translating for women who were being commandeered by their men, who still lived in these households where they had to conform, and they were completely helpless. And, they were subjected to honor violence. That is, being told, cover yourself up, you can't do this, being forced into marriage, being circumcised, as they call it, but it's really genital mutilation. And it is all of that made me think, this is injustice that's happening in the countries where these families fled to from the repression and from the poverty and from the arbitrariness of violence in those places. And now here they are, they're in Holland, and they have all of this stuff, and they continue to oppress girls. And it's part of me that felt an obligation that I should say something to the Dutch and tell them this is how girls and women are treated. And at that time, Dutch society was very keen to encourage the assimilation of their Muslim minorities. And they found me highly assimilated. So they said, can you help us? And the first thing I said was, emancipate these girls and women. Because if they're emancipated and they're free to choose who they want to marry, and they're free to finish their education and free to become individuals, they'll be assimilated and they'll be just like everyone else. And I didn't realize that even that was controversial at that time. It just seemed like common sense.